We might have less than 3 months until South Korea's next presidential election, but current President Moon Jae-in is still trying to navigate a delicate diplomatic path between the US and China. So much so that the issues followed him all the way to Australia. He's left it late to become the first South Korean president to pay a state visit to Australia in 12 years. And while there's important progress to be made on the trade front, the shadow of the smoldering U.S. China conflict has been cast across the region, even though President Moon's insisted his visit to Australia is not connected to Seoul's position on China. Bear in mind that China's been upset by the security alliance involving Australia, Britain and the US, and naturally South Korea is very much connected to US military goals in this region through their own alliance. And that's not to mention the US diplomatic boycott of the upcoming Beijing Winter Olympics, a move also being made by a number of other American allies, including Australia. So while speaking at a joint press conference with Australian Prime Minister Scott-Morrison earlier, President Moon did address some key issues affecting both Beijing and Washington. He said South Korea's not considering joining the diplomatic boycott of February's Winter Games, stressing that Seoul hasn't been asked by the US or anyone else to do so.
호주가 주권 국가로서 자주적으로 결정할 문제이고 한국은 그 결정을 존중합니다. 오늘 그 호주의 국빈 방문은 중국에 대한 입장과는 아무런 상관이 없습니다.
Well, President Moon seems to have decided there's no need for South Korea to take part in the boycott, given the importance of Seoul's relations with Beijing, as he spelled out the dilemma.
분명 그 중국과의 관계에 있어서는 갈등하는 문제가 있고 또 경쟁하는 문제도 있습니다. 그러나 한편으로 기후변화라든지 또 공급망 문제라든지 그다음에 또 감염병 문제라든지 이런 글로벌한 과제에 대해서는 서로 협력해야 될 분야도 있다고 생각합니다. 이런 부분을 조화롭게 그 관리를 해나가면서 자유롭고 열린 인도태평양을 위해서 또 인도태평양 영내의 평화와 번영을 위해서 호주와 함께 협력해 나갈 것입니다.
Moreover, he said that the US, China and North Korea all agree in principle to declare a formal end to the Korean War. We know this is one of President Moon's big goals before he leaves office, hoping that such a declaration could restart dialogue. But he did concede that the North is demanding the fundamental withdrawal of the US hostile policy toward the North as a precondition, so that's an obstacle. But there's also hope that discussing North Korea can keep dialogue going with China. As President Moon added, China's constructive efforts are required for peace and stability on the Korean Peninsula and for North Korea's denuclearization. How much longer South Korea can navigate between Beijing and Washington remains to be seen. And no doubt will be a question inherited by the next president here. But it's clear Moon Jae-in will fight to hold his middle ground as long as he can.